Hey, it's Anthony with Land Title. I wanted to bring you the City of Boulder's market update for November. So amazing things happening in the City of Boulder. We're really starting to see that pinch with the inventory. Here we are in November. We're having less inventory in the market right now than we had in the spring. You all know how the spring felt. It was just very, very tough. So as we kind of go into the winter market and we start to see this, we're going to be at the lowest inventory levels that I've ever seen in the City of Boulder, and maybe kind of in correlation with the amount of people living here, the lowest amount of inventory that the market's ever seen. So we're getting to this point where we have no inventory in the market. We have very, very active buyers. Anything coming on the market is turning over very rapidly. And as you can see, 64 active units, we're down into double digits with sold numbers that are 83. So they're even higher than what we had for active units. Really is starting to affect this marketplace. You're starting to see the detached average sales price increase. Right now it's up 35%. There's a lot of money coming into the City of Boulder. There's heavily weighted into the luxury price points right now. There's just not enough available. So people are being forced to look up. They're being forced to build stuff. They're being forced to buy into different product types that they probably wouldn't have otherwise. So what does that really mean? Average sales price is skyrocketing. We're seeing that. This trend over the last couple of years really just shows the onus that people are putting their money into hard assets. They're putting their money into real estate. They're valuing their home more because they're spending so much time there. And the needs are very different. So people are paying a premium for a lot of these things, but that premium is correlating to high market appreciation. Year over year, we're up $400,000 for average detached single family home from this time last year. And that's not changing anytime soon. With the lack of inventory on the market, this could be expected to happen again next year in 2022. Now you can see here the sold units this year compared to last year. So this year in that navy blue and last year in the green. There was a couple of months we didn't meet the same, well, most months, I guess, we didn't really meet the numbers we had last year, but we had that big shutdown in April and May and June. And that created some tension in the market where a lot of that pent up sellers sold in the fall or in the summer. And so this year we're much more kind of on our normal course. But with that being said, we're 10% up in sales year over year in the City of Boulder, which is monstrous compared to everything else around us. The county's not getting anywhere near that. They're stifled in sales because of lack of inventory, and the City of Boulder has really just shown up way more luxury listings than ever before, and way more other listings that are still on the market. So things are turning over, and people are moving in droves to Boulder. They're moving just as fast as we can get housing available, which, as you guys probably know, that's not exactly the easiest thing to find. There's only 45,000 homes in Boulder. It doesn't really change much every year. So high demand. We have 1,171 sales so far this year, which is just record pace. What you can see here, this is our month supply of inventory. So this really tells you kind of where we're sitting as far as how much supply is on the market. So we're at 0.6 months of inventory, which is actually now basically 2 weeks. A balanced market is somewhere between that 4 and 6 month window. So last time we saw those kind of numbers, we were in 2019. And ever since that pre-pandemic or post-pandemic time period, we've really seen inventory just trickle away. We're at the point now where everything coming on the market is turning over so fast that we're now at the mercy of new listings. So when people move out, people can move in. And that's kind of where we're at, and it's turning over very quickly. Expect it to be a tighter market in the City of Boulder in 2022 than it was in 2021 because we're just not starting with any leeway, with any room. So that being said, that's going to create a bunch of different things. It's going to create higher price appreciation in this market than we saw this year, which I don't know how that's possible, but it definitely is going to happen. And you're going to see buyers really struggling to get under contract, but those days on market, this really measures our buyer demand. So this is active to sold, right? How long does it take to sell a house? And we're still at 44 days. A traditional market is more like 2019, where you kind of see that little horseshoe where December and January have these really high days in the MLS because you don't have buyers looking as much. That behavior really changed in 2020, and it's changed even more into 2021. Where people are just being forced to look longer and longer and longer until they can find what they want. So people are still active and they're out there looking on the market. I would suggest as a buyer, get out and start looking early. Continue to look now all the way until you find what you're looking for. And as a seller, there really isn't a bad time to sell. Come January, it's going to be an easy market to list a home in. You really can't get your properties on the market too soon. We're seeing incredible price appreciation. Take advantage of that now before rates go up, and that affects the buying behavior. So if you have any other questions on other markets or the city of Boulder, I'm Anthony at Land Title. I'm always here to help.